So, what was it like for you guys seeing this film for the first time?
I mean, I was blown away by it. You know, it's one thing to know what happened and to know the story and to read the book. There's a great book by Mitchell Zuckoff, who's a Boston Globe, New York Times reporter who really did the account from the 6 men who were there that evening. It's one thing to know all that information, another thing to see it all put together on the screen. And I was really proud of the movie. I was proud of everyone in it, of all the actors. I think there's terrific performances throughout it, and I think it's a really great piece of filmmaking from Michael, who we all know to do, you know, big action movies, and to see him take his skill set to do those action sequences better than anybody else out there, and also add to that a lot of quiet moments and subtlety and things like there's a scene with us on the roof where we're just talking about our life and our fears and not knowing if we're going to make it through the night. You know, it's a really great scene, and it's something that I don't know if people would necessarily think would be in a Michael Bay movie, and so I was really proud of that. And there was a big heart to this film that I'm glad came through.
What was it like for you guys meeting your counterparts?
It was cool for me. I played Chris Tanto, and I think one of the main elements or dynamics in the movie that he fulfills is he's a big personality. He loves to joke around and diffuses tension by cracking jokes and keeping the people around him loose, including himself. And so to get to meet him and to learn his very specific brand of humor, to me was invaluable. And also to have them all there as a resource to ask questions to, how did this happen? How did that happen? What were you carrying? What was the equipment you had? To get to have them to answer those questions was amazing.
Yeah, they were an invaluable resource for all of us. You know, I play Boone, who is the complete opposite of his best friend Tanto. You know, he's a very quiet, very private person and reflective, and he's described as the holder of Tanto's leash, and I just think that's a great example of their dynamic. But to be able to, there's an enormous responsibility when you're playing real life people, and you want to get it right. You want to make sure that they that they approve of what how you portray them. And, we had a great time last night having dinner with all the guys. They all loved the movie and they were really proud of it. So, at the end of the day, we feel like, that was the biggest thing for me, at least, was making sure we got the nod from them and the okay,
Right. Did you guys' Michael Bay experience live up to expectations?
I would say it exceeded it.
It blew them out of the water.
We all came in, I think all of us had probably been prepped and warned by everybody we knew who had already worked with him or whatever. It's going to be this, it's going to be that. And ultimately, you can't prepare for a Michael Bay movie. Yeah. You get on set and he works so fast. He works faster than any filmmaker I've ever worked with. And I think it's that fact alone that sets the dynamic on his set. And I think he gets a bad rap for no good reason, because he really just wants to move and he wants to create. And you feel that when you see the movie. There's an energy and a kinetic feeling to every shot he puts together. And to me, it's a very thrilling and exciting process.
Do you guys have a favorite Michael Bay film, outside of 13 Hours, of course? Is there another Michael Bay film that you guys have an affinity for?
My favorite is The Rock, other than 13 Hours.
Yeah, The Rock is a great movie. I mean, I don't know, I got a little soft spot for Armageddon because, when it came out, I was in high school and it was just fun, But
I'll never forget seeing the trailer for Armageddon. Before there was, really internet, I was like,
yeah.
Oh my God, I'm going to be there.
Yeah.
Did this movie change you guys' real-world perspective at all?
To me, it changed my perception of the events of September 11th, 2012, and the attack on the consulate in Benghazi, Libya, because I came in not knowing very much, and then to read Mitchell's book, which is a very in-depth and thoroughly researched account, I was educated from beginning to end on that subject. So I felt very great about that.
Yeah, it was an education, I think, for all of us. I didn't know much about the Benghazi attacks other than just the word Benghazi, and I knew there was an attack. But to really find out what these men went through, it's powerful. It's hard to fathom that they endured all this and survived.